Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. Finally getting around to doing this long overdue review of this awesome light. This was sent to me by the company Thrunite, so big thank you to them for making this review possible. This is one of the coolest lights that I have in my collection, and honestly one of the most versatile lights that I've seen on the market today, especially for its price range. Like I said, really cool light. Tons of reviews on this light already. Cutlery Lover did a really good one. I Spy did a really good one. So those are great guys. Definitely go and check out their reviews as well if you're on the fence about it after this review. So like I said, I'm kind of coming in at it late, but I wanted to give you guys my thoughts and opinions of this light. So like I said, very cool light. This is the Thrunite Neutron 2C V3. So this is the third version of this light. This is the newest version. I wanted to go ahead and show you real quick what you're going to get when you buy this light off of Amazon or their website. You know, I just wanted to get the box out of the way. So, of course, when you order this light, you're going to get the light, obviously. And it's going to come with an 18650. So you're going to get a 34 mAh rechargeable 18650. So, very cool. These are not cheap batteries at all. You guys, if you're in the flashlight world, you know that. These are not cheap batteries. So, this light will also obviously run on two CR 123s. Or one CR123. I'll get to that here in a little bit. So it's going to come with the battery. All the threads have their own O-rings, by the way. So inside the box, you're going to get an instruction book, a little warranty card, and whatnot. Very cool. It comes with a charger. This is a micro USB charger. And so even if you lost this, if you have a micro USB, you can recharge this flashlight. But still very cool, and just in case you don't have a surplus, like if you haven't had an Android smartphone and just don't have a surplus of these laying around, it's nice that they come with one. They send one with it, just to have an independent charger for the flashlight. So very cool. You're gonna get a nice lanyard. It's a cool padded lanyard. I don't use lanyards on my lights, but it's really nice that they offer that. You're gonna get a bunch of spare O-rings and spare charging port covers, just in case they fall off, break, dry rot, whatever. You have some extras, which is really nice. And you're also going to get this padded little sheath for it, so you can put it on your belt, rig it to your backpack. Again, I don't use these, but if you like to carry lights in this way, you can throw it down in there. You don't have to use the light. You can put a multi-tool or a small knife in there. Just again, it's really cheap, but it's nice that they offer it. Also, just thought it was worth mentioning, it doesn't feel as cheap as most little cheap sheaths you get. So, in terms of the cheap sheath world, it's not too bad. But just wanted to show you what all that comes with. So, Thrunite also does a great job at giving you a lot of extra stuff with your lights. So, like I said, you get a ton of stuff with Thrunite and a bunch of quality for not spending a whole lot of money. So, very cool. Lots of accessories, a lot of stuff that it comes with. Anyway, I just want to go over the modes and the light outputs, run times, etc. Just wanted to run over that real quick with you guys. This light has what's called a ramping feature, if you guys didn't already know. Ramping, if you haven't seen my previous review of the Thrunite headlamp that I did, definitely go check that out. But it offers the same ramping feature, and it's really cool. You can see it on a lot of more expensive lights than this one, so it's really nice that they integrated that technology with this cheap light. So, what ramping is, like I said, if you haven't seen that video, haven't heard about it, it's basically the ability to, it's like a dimmer. You know, if you have a dimmer switch for your overhead lights at home, basically the same thing. So, when you turn this light on, it's in high right now, when you push down the power button and you hold it down, it's going to ramp down. You can see the light slowly start to decrease in lumens until finally it's going to blink, and that lets you know that it's in the lowest lumen output possible for this light in the in what they call the infinity ramping modes. So in the lowest lumen output in the infinity mode, it's what they call the ramping feature, is 12 lumens. Now they state that it will last for 130 hours. So 130 hour runtime. Cutlery Lover said he was going to do a video on that. I think it'd be really interesting to see, unless he's already done it. I just haven't seen it yet, but I'd also like to conduct a test like that. So anyway, 12 lumens, but then when you push the power button and hold it down again, it's going to ramp back up, and I don't know how many lumen increments, but it's going to ramp back up until it gets to its maximum light output of 650 lumens. And they say that that runtime is 2.7 hours. Kind of an odd time, but 2.7 hours for 650 lumens. And again, I'm going to press that button and the light's going to start to ramp down. Now if I release the power button at any point in time of that ramping, it's going to stop on whatever lumen output that is. Now it has a memory, so if I return this light off and then turn it back on, it's going to come on at that same lumen output that I just left it at. So it really allows you to customize the light output to whatever you want. Now this light also has 3 additional settings and outputs other than that infinity setting, which the infinity I just mean is the ramping from 12 to 60 or 650 lumens. This offers a Firefly Mode, which how you can access Firefly Mode is when the light is off. Press the power button and hold it down. It'll come on Firefly Mode. And that is 0.5 lumens, so a half of a lumen, and it will run on a half of a lumen for 49 days. That is incredible. Like I said, Cutlery Lover said he was going to test that. I'd love to see that. Why you would ever need to use this little lumens for that many days, I don't know. But if you had to, it's there. So 49 days on one charge, pretty incredible. So that's pretty neat. This light also offers a strobe mode. And how you can enter strobe mode is by double clicking from when the light is on another mode. I'm sorry, I misspoke. That's how you enter turbo mode. It has a turbo mode of 1100 lumens, which is incredible. So turbo mode, when the light's off, you can double click it. Enters turbo mode. The battery is actually dying right now, so it's not going to show you the full lumen output. It's actually just at 650 lumens right now. But it's not that you could tell 1100 lumens through a camera anyway, but I'll save that for the distance and outdoor shots. So that's how you enter turbo mode. You double click again, it's going to enter a strobe mode. So very cool. A lot of great features, and especially when you have a ton of different lumen output options with the ramping feature. So like I said, I don't know how many increments this ramps up and down at, but you could have possibly 60 different light outputs. So very cool. As I said before, does not have a tail cap, but that's what I'd prefer. It is flat, so you can do a tail stand on it to do candle mode, as they call it. The entire body is T6 hard anodized aluminum, aircraft grade. You have some knurling down here. Makes it very easy to hold on to, very nice. It'd be cool if it had a crenulated bezel or make it like a strike weapon, especially since it's perfect. You can put your thumb on the back of it, use it as an impact device. But has a little bit of heat sink right here. I don't know if it's just decorative or they actually do dissipate the heat. So Thrunite Neutron 2C. There's your power button. It is also aluminum. It is pretty flush. It actually is. It's flush with the housing. So if you have this light, it's inside your pocket or on a table. I'm putting it right down there on top of the button. You can't press the button to turn the light on because it is completely flat. So this will not accidentally get pressed inside your pocket. The disadvantage to this is that when you're pulling this out and you're going to use it in the dark, just feeling around it's kind of difficult. Like this feels more like a button than this does. So it can kind of be missed, which is another thing that I miss about having a tail cap. Tail cap, you pull it out, you just know, put your finger back here and the light comes on. That's also the natural way I like to hold my light, not like this, but that's preference. So I would like to see that button protrude a little bit more, but maybe some people like it that it doesn't, so it can't be hit accidentally. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. That's just my preference. You do have a little dot right there in the center. When this light's on, it's going to flash blue, or it's actually going to stay blue when the battery is good, and it's going to flash red like it is when the battery is dying. So the battery's dying right now. I need to charge it up, but you can see that all the modes still operate just fine. It just won't show you turbo mode because it doesn't have enough juice to do that. Turbo mode, by the way, I forgot to mention, turbo mode will last 2.2 hours, which is incredible for 1100 lumens. That's almost unheard of. So very cool. On the other side here, this is the little charging port. So you do have this piece of rubber that covers it, keeps dust out of it, pocket lint, maybe, I guess water. It is water resistant. IPX8 standards up to 2 meters. Impact resistant up to 1 meter. But this, the only thing that I don't like about this, I wish they'd execute it a little bit differently. It's pretty flimsy. Like, this will come off really easily. And when I was carrying this in my pocket, very nice pocket clip, by the way, very secure, very sturdy. And there's your lanyard hole. It's also nice because it's a deep carry clip. So when you're carrying it, only that much is sticking out and showing. Very cool. Most of the time, like Cutlery Lover mentioned in his review, most of the time these pocket clips are midway down the light, and they stick up this much, that far out of your pocket. So not cool. So I like the, the deep carry clip. It does come off if you just don't want it. But anyway, carrying this in my pocket, maybe 6, 7 times out of 10 when I pulled this out of my pocket, that little rubber nib right there would catch on the inside of my pants, and when I'd pull the light off and use it, that would be off like that. So it got really annoying to have to keep tucking that back in, but you can take it off. I just don't want to because it does protect that if it gets wet and keeps it from getting dusty. So that is what it is. That's just a minor complaint. As I stated earlier, you can run this with a CR123. So take this off, the battery out. This middle part unscrews as well. It's basically just a spacer. So take that out, and then now you can put this together, and you can have a smaller profile flashlight. So this is more in line with like an Olight S1 baton, very common size. So a lot of people probably going to want to opt for this option. Now obviously it's not going to be as bright. I don't have a figure on what the runtime and output is for a CR123. It's obviously going to be a lot lower, but well, probably not a lot lower, but it's going to be lower. But so very cool that they give you that option. So if this battery's dead, you don't have any more 18650s, all you have are CR123s, or maybe you just have one of them, you can put that in here. Or if you have two CR123s, that equals one 18650. So you can use both regular batteries or obviously rechargeables, because this is a rechargeable flashlight. But if you don't have any more rechargeable batteries laying around, this will obviously operate with normal batteries just fine. So again, another great feature for a flashlight at this price point. So I mentioned price point a lot. What is that price point? You can get this off of Amazon with Amazon Prime free shipping for 50 bucks. So that's an incredible deal. If you guys know flashlights, you know that that's a steal for a light that has this many features and that offers this many different accessories with it. The battery alone is about 11 bucks on most websites. You can get deals here and there, but it's not a cheap battery. Alright, so I'm going to take it outside, give you guys some beam shots and some distance tests. Alright guys, I'm out here in my backyard. I'm going to do the my normal light test here. Just shine it out to the back part of my yard. Same distance as usual in most of my flashlight reviews, just to give you guys an idea of the brightness and the distance. Alright, so I'm going to start it out in the lowest lumen output in the infinity mode. Turn the light on, you see the little blue light is on. You can see the tree in the background illuminated a little bit. This is at 12 lumens. You can see the ground in front of me illuminated. This is really good for just, walking around the house. You need to find something in a dark drawer, whatever. And it's illuminating enough for me to see out here. Like I said, it's illuminating enough, or it's illuminating more than it's showing on camera. And like I said before, I love Thrunite lights because they have a really good flood around that hot spot. So it's illuminating the entire ground in front of me. So I'm just going to put my finger on the button and ramp it up so you guys can see the lumen output change. So I'm going to hold it down. It's going to ramp up. Until it gets to that full 650 lumens. So I hope this is a good demonstration. You guys can see the very large separation here between the flood and the actual hot spot. So very cool, very large hot spot, but also a very large flood. I see the light out in front of me. So tons of light. Just 650 lumens, like I said, a really good amount of spot and a really good amount of flood. I love this combination. So you can see out there, that's a good ways. Say about 50 yards. And I've actually seen some eyes shine back at me. Must be some possums or raccoons in the trees. Alright, so now I'm going to double click and go into turbo mode. So, not that noticeable of a difference going from 1100, going from 650 to 1100. I can notice a little bit more in person than you guys probably could in the video. So I'm going to go back. That's 650, 1100. I'm going to do it again. 650, 1100. You can notice a little bit of a difference on camera. In person, it's much more noticeable. So, very cool. Incredible amount of distance, obviously. And, I mean, it's illuminating everything. The entire width of my backyard is illuminated. And I have a big backyard. So, very cool. I'm just going to go ahead and do strobe real quick. So, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and ramp back down so you guys can see that change. And all the way back down to the unnoticeable 12 lumens. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of this outstanding light. I know I've been enjoying using it. A couple of things, like I said, that do kind of, that is just kind of a gripe of mine. I wish it had a tail cap. That's mainly just a preference of mine. I wish this button was more pronounced, but it is nice because it does have a lot of positive feedback when you click it on and off. It sounds cool. So you know when you turn it off and on. So that's cool, but just kind of wish it protrude a little bit more. And then that that cover, that dust cover basically for the charging port just kind of gets a little annoying. So if those things were redesigned a little bit, you know, I would like it a little bit more. But other than that, I still really like this light. It is outstanding, and one of the, like I said, it has some of the most features that I've ever had in a light, and more features than a lot of lights have on the market. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. Link in the description to where you can pick this light up at, and link to the website so you can check out some additional information if you want. But anyway guys, like I said, hope you enjoyed the review. Have a great rest of your night. Stay safe, stay sharp, God bless. Sherman614, peace. See the eyes shining back at me. There's another set. Kind of creepy. You never know what you can find out here at night.